Okay. I like to give knowledge because knowledge is power. Without power, we cannot get ourselves out of hell this very hour. I don't care if you're Buddhist, Christian, Hindu, what? I don't even care if you're Islamic. I know Islamic's not the favorite craze here in the United States anymore, but let's learn a little bit about them. Did you know that they had a goddess? Did you know that? Nobody knows that because they all think it's about Allah. All they hear is Allah Akbar. I think that means Allah is great, but I don't know. I don't speak Arabic. Okay, here we go. We're going to learn something. Arabic and Islamic goddesses. Ooh, let's make that bigger. I don't think we can all see that. Oh, there we go. Ali Lot. I don't speak Arabic, remember. So I'm trying to be nice. The Arabian mother goddess. Ooh, kind of like Durga in Hinduism. Wow. Wonder if that means Durga in their language. Alat, an ancient mother and fertility goddess of the pre-Islamic Arabs. Her name means the goddess. This mythic figure rather, of great antiquity, is one. She represented the earth and fruits of the trinity of desert goddesses, daughters of Allah, named in the Quran Al-Uzza, goddess of the morning star, and Manat, goddess of fate and time. Being others, she was worshipped in the form of a block of white granite. Al-Uzza, goddess of the morning star, and Manat, goddess of the fate and time, being others. Alatum, the goddess of the underworld in early Iranian mythology. She believed to be the Mesopotamian original Elat. Al-Uzza, Al-Azza, Han-Oza, another Arabic pre-Islamic goddess, considered the youngest daughter of Allah. She was worshipped in the form of the black stone. Aluka, very good. An Arabic demoness who seduced men sucking their blood after copulation, said that they are totally exhausted and commit suicide. Oh my gosh, what a mean demon. Mean. I hear the vampires were considered no better. We're not evil, though. We're not evil. Not these days, anyway. We don't want to suck your blood like that. We're just sweet, little, innocent. Well, we get blood donations. We're good. We're good guys. We don't kill for our food anymore. Please, don't ask to be turned into a vampire. It's insulting. Don't ask to be turned into a Kresnik. It's insulting. We don't do anything differently than you do. But we don't kill we don't kill for our blood anymore. Yes, the blood is needed sometimes. Yes, the energy in the blood is what we go for. So a lot of times we go for alternative substances, like energy from the computer screen. You're a very nice computer screen. Thank you very much for being nice to me. Now, Ayesha, the favorite wife of the Prophet Muhammad, daughter of Abu Bakr. He married her when she was only a child, soon after the Hegira, and ultimately died in her arms. Sorry, my eyes aren't as good as they should be. I will get glasses as soon as I get a job. I got a job, but it's not as good as it could be. Badura, the heroine of story Kam Ar al-Zaman. Kam Ar al-Zaman. And Badura, in the Arabian Nights, reputedly the most beautiful woman ever seen upon the earth. Balkis, the Muslim name of the Queen of Sheba, who visited Solomon. Betul, virgin. The word usually refers to the Maryam and Fatima, both of whom are regarded as superior to other women in Islamic tradition. Dat Badan, the primary goddess of the Arabs of Yemen. She was a goddess of natural forces and the wilderness, worshipped especially in the tree-circled oases. Fatima was the moon goddess in pre-Islamic Arabia. Her name means Sitra Cretus. She is also known as the source of the sun, tree of paradise, the moon, and the fate. She existed from the beginning of the material world. Gadar, a demon, possibly female, in the deserts of the Red Sea country. It catches travelers, tortures them by devouring their genitals. Islamic. Sounds like a succubus. Oh, shit. Tell me about it. Oh, my. Oh, by the way, not all those are bad guys either. I might be part one. I don't know. But we don't suck you down or drive. I am, because I don't do that. I'm very careful about my people that I play with. I play with you. I don't hurt you. I'm part a little bit of everything. Here a bit, there a bit, every bit. Oh, what in the heavens could I be? I don't know anymore. These are Arabic pre-Islamic female spirits who attack desert travelers, occasionally seducing or eating them, the root of the modern word ghoul. Woo! And my son likes the Tokyo Ghoul Show. What a weird show to be enjoyed. But whatever fancies your bones. Hawa, or Hawa. Life, the Arabic name for Eve. She is not mentioned by name in the Quran, but referred to as Adam's spouse. Quran 235, 189. She was created by God as a spouse for Adam, so they could live in the garden together. They were warned not to approach a certain tree. This tree had a very sweet smell, the best in the garden, called gum. Eve was tempted by Iblis, who had become her friend by his glib talk, to eat from the fruit tree. Only by eating its fruit, he told her, would she become able to have children. When Adam learned what she had done, he followed her example, though he was more hesitant, because he knew she would be cast out of paradise, and he wouldn't be able to protect her against the hard life on earth. And he wanted to protect her, rather. Anyway, that sounds a lot like the Genesis story of Adam and Eve. You should check out the Bible. Those that really don't like the Christians, they're not that bad people. I don't understand why you'd worship somebody who hangs their God on a cross, but I mean, they hang him on the cross, they expect him to die, they try to kill him, they go ahead and they drink his blood, they drink wine in remembrance of his blood being poured on the ground. Luckily, the guy died. That guy didn't die. He survived. He goes to Kashmir, India, and they get him to Kashmir. I don't know how they get him there. Nobody really knows that much. They said, "Bye, guys. We're going this way. You're going this way. Let's hope they don't catch us." Oh, but this is the information you got. This is the guarded room. Oh, by the way, it's not guarded. It's just a closed room. We don't want anybody knowing we were here. This is what's going on with you know who, and you don't know where you're at, and oh, by the way, we ascended to heaven. We're not here no more. Maryam, the mother of Prophet Isa, Aliyah. That's close enough. As-Salam, was called Maryam. Reading better. Some people also call her Mary. She was a very pious woman, and once an angel of Allah came to her and said, "Soon you will have a son." "But how can I have a son?" Maryam asked. "I have no husband." The angel replied, "Allah is mighty. When he wishes something, then it will happen. You will have a son, and his name shall be Isa, and he will be a great prophet of Allah." When Isa was born, Maryam was on her own. She was very sad and hungry, for she had nothing to eat, but Allah came to her aid. He made a stream flow, and a tree with nourishing fruits grew in the place where Maryam lived. Now she would not have to suffer thirst and hunger. Later, Maryam returned to her family. They were very curious about the child and asked, "How did you get him?" But Maryam did not answer. Instead, she just pointed to the child. "Don't be silly, Maryam." The people admonished her. "How can we ask a child who is still in the cradle?" But just then, to their amazement, they heard the child say, "I am the servant of Allah. He has given me the scripture and made me his prophet. We, mankind, would worship Allah and help the poor and give them some of our money. This is the same teachings they have of Jesus, but it's not the same teachings. This is a totally different matrix that they teach about Jesus. Jesus would be called Isa, and Allah is the one that they call Yahweh. You need to understand them if you're going to be upset with them. At least understand what you're being prejudiced and bigoted towards. Sakina, security, tranquility, in the Quran, 248. It is a reference to the Hebrew Shekinah, divine presence and eminence. In the next chapter of the Quran, it says, "There will come to you the ark, Tabut, with the Sakina in it." The word could also mean spirit, faith, courage. Quran 9:26, 40, 48, 2. A female demon, Morocco, is Candisa. Raul La, the spirit of Allah, which he breathed into Maryam, now also a title for the highest mullahs, the Ayatollahs in Iranian Shia. Quran 4:169, 15:29, 21:91, 32:8, 38:72. Zafura, Arabic for Zipporah, wife of Moses. Musa, daughter of Jethro. Shu'aib. Now, if I'm pronouncing these wrong, please forgive me. Correct me if you will. Do not admonish me, for I am trying my best. I may be hermaphrodite, and I may not be spoken of in the book. I am not a demon. I am special like you. Allah and Yahweh, God of all gods, loves us all. I don't know why the Bible says this. I don't know why the Quran says that. But this is what I know. This is where I'm at. Pre-Islamic goddess, Al-Lat, Al-Uzza, Manat. In the Quran, Al-Lat is mentioned, along with Al-Uzza and Manat in Surah 53, 19 through 23. The tribe of Ad, of Iram, and the pillars is mentioned in Surah 89, 5 through 8, and archaeological evidence from Iram shows copious inscriptions devoted to her for the protection of his tribe by the name of Alat. Is also explicitly attested from the early Islamic records discussing the pre-Islamic period according to the Book of Idols, Kitab al-Asnam, by Hisham Ibn al-Kalbi. Sorry, I don't speak the language very well anymore. The pre-Islamic Arabs believed Al-Lat resided in the Kaaba and also had an idol inside the sanctuary. I'm doing my best. I'm not very good at translation anymore. As I said, I don't speak the language. I'm doing the best I can. I'm pretty good at deciphering languages. I'm not great. Please forgive me if I have offended you. I do not want to offend anyone. I love you all. All of you. Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Islamic. I know Islamic and Muslim are not the same by your standards, but we believe they are at the same time, because you read from the same book. Just like Christians and Baptists and Catholics read from the same book, and they don't consider themselves the same people. Mormons even consider themselves Christians, and they don't consider them Christians, because they have that extra book. I'm sorry, they're still Christian by their standards. May God bless them, whoever you are, including you Hindus. Al-Uzza was also worshipped by the Napataeans, who equated her with the Greek goddess Aphrodite. Oriana, Roman verse, Solstice, the stone cube at Taif, near Mecca, was held sacred as part of her cult. She is mentioned in the Quran, Surah 53:19, as being one of the goddesses that people worship. The temple dedicated to Al-Uzza, and the statue itself was destroyed by Khalid ibn al-Walid in Nakhla in 630 AD. Nakhla. Getting better. I hope we're getting better. Excuse me, had a cough. Shortly after the conquest of Mecca, Muhammad began aiming at eliminating the last idols reminiscent of pre-Islamic practices. He sent Khalid ibn al-Walid during Ramadan, 630 AD, 8 AH, to a place called Nakhla, where the goddess Al-Uzza was worshipped by the tribes of Quraysh and Kinana. Tribes of Quraysh and Kinana. We're getting better, I hope. The shrine's custodians were from Banu Shayban. Al-Uzza was considered the most important goddess in the religion. Please forgive me while I talk to you about an idol problem. Everything that the Christians and the Muslims and Islamics consider idols are not exactly idols to the pagan that they believe to be pagans. Pagan means anybody who believes in God by the definition of the Webster's Dictionary. But to get to a further note, idols to them are not needed either. What they use them for is symbolism. They're not to be worshipped. They're to be used as a guiding stone or guiding object to help focus when they go into meditation. They're not to be worshipped. So, in reality, it's not exactly an idol to them. It's a focus point. So please forgive us when we get upset, when you want to get rid of our focal points. I have many focal points that symbolize the deities that I like, but they're not my idols. I don't worship them. I worship a deity just as you worship Umna and Allah. I don't know if you worship Shiva or not. But it seems like you might, under a different name. I mean, Shiva might be Allah, for all I know. Might just be a different name. Excuse me, I got the sniffles. Khalid set out the 30 horsemen to destroy the shrine. It appears that they were two idols, focal points, of Al-Uzza, one real and one fake. Khalid first located the fake and destroyed it, and returned to the Prophet to report that he had fulfilled his mission. Did you see anything unusual? He asked the Prophet. No, replied Khalid. Then you have destroyed Al-Uzza, said the Prophet. Go again. You have not destroyed Al-Uzza, said the Prophet. Go again. Angry at the mistake that he had made, Khalid once again rode to Nakhla, and this time he found the real temple of Al-Uzza. The custodian of the temple of Al-Uzza had fled for his life, but before forsaking his goddess, he had hung a sword around her neck in the hope that she might be able to defend herself. As Khalid entered the temple, he was faced by an unusual, naked, dark woman who stood in his way and wailed. Khalid did not stop to decide whether this woman might be there to seduce him or to protect the idol, so he drew his sword in the name of Allah, and with one powerful stroke the woman was cut in two. He then smashed the idol, and returning to Mecca, gave the Prophet an account of what he had seen and done. Then the Prophet said, Yes, that was Al-Uzza, and never again shall she be worshipped in your land. The pre-Islamic Arabs believed Manat to be the goddess of fate. She is known by the cognate name Manawat to be the Nabateans of Petra, who equated her with the Greco-Roman goddess Nemesis, and she was considered the wife of Hubal rather. Please forgive me. I am having a bad time trying to translate this stuff. I really respect you. I do. I almost married a Muslim once. He was a nice guy. I was told horrible lies about him. I couldn't believe he was such a horrible person, but my mother said, he's 65 years old. You are 23? If you marry him, I will kill him. I will gut him, and I will tear his throat out. She claimed to be Christian. That didn't seem very Christian to me. I mean, they say, thou shalt not kill, and judge not lest you be judged. Love thy neighbor as you love thyself. And then they say, kill in the name of God. I don't understand it. Why do you do that? I mean, even the Islamics do that. I don't understand it. Please forgive me. I don't mean to judge. And I have judged. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I beg your forgiveness. The most ancient of these idols was Manat. The Arabs used to name their children Ab Manat and Zayd Manat. Manat was erected on the seashore in the vicinity of Al-Mashallah in Kedad, between Medina and Mecca. All the Arabs used to venerate her and sacrifice before her. The Oz and Khazraj, as well as the inhabitants of Medina and Mecca, their vicinities, used to venerate Manat for sacrifice before her and bring unto her the offerings, the Oz and Khazraj, as well as Manat, sacrificing before her, and bring unto her the offerings, their offerings. The Oz and Khazraj, as well as those Arabs among the people of Yathrib and other places who took their way of life, were wont to go pilgrimage and observe the village vigil at all the appointed places, but not shave their heads. At the end of the pilgrimage, however, when they were about to return home, they would set out to the place where Manat stood, shave their heads, and stay there a while. They did not consider their pilgrimage completed until they visited Manat. Books of Idols, page 12 to 14. Gee, Loxby, Durga, and Swarvate? What are they doing on this page? I don't understand. The temple of Manat was raided, and the idol was destroyed on the orders of Muhammad in the raid of Sa'd ibn raid of Ali in January 630 AD. I'm really having a hard time translating. I feel as though I don't understand enough. These three pre-Islamic goddesses look similar to the Vedic goddess Lakshmi, Parvati, and Swarvati. I thought that was Durga in the middle. Oh well. But those are my Hindu gods. F7. Still recording. A triple deity, sometimes referred to the threshold triplicate, tripartite, triune, and triadic, or as a trinity, is a deity associated with the number 3. The triple goddess has been adopted by many neo-pagans as the other primary deities in common neo-pagan usage. The 3 female figures are frequently described as the maiden, the mother, the crone, Each of them symbolized both a separate stage in the female life cycle and the phase of the moon, and often rules one of the realms, underworld and heavens. These may or may not be perceived as aspects of greater single divinity. The goddess of Wicca, duotheistic theology, is generally portrayed as the triple goddess of the moon, her masculine consort being the horn god. Now, with Wicca, you can pray to any god and goddess you want as long as you harm none. The rule is, do as you will as long as you harm none. They have many, many rules. It's a very long rule book, and I've read it to people. But do not read it out loud. Especially don't read the damn book. Every time you turn around, they're saying, do not do this, do not do that, or you were cursed because we've cursed you to hell. Every time you turn around, they're cursing you for reading that damn book. Don't read it. Make up your own rules. The idea is, do as you will as long as you harm none. Every time you curse somebody, you are hurting somebody. Okay, next story of the Islamic idealism. This is straight from Wikipedia. Goddess. Where is she? Shaktism, that's Hinduism. Arabicism, Arabic. Primacy of monotheistic, near monotheistic great goddess is advocated by some matriarchists as female version of the preceding or analog to the Abrahamic god, associated with the historical rise of monotheism in Mediterranean Axis age. Polytheist religions, including polytheistic, reconstructionist, honor multiple goddesses and gods, usually view them as discrete, separate beings. These deities may be part of the pantheon, and different religions may be. What the heck did I do? Oh. Never mind. Wasn't getting wrong with that anyway. Abrahamic God is also Christian and Muslim and Islamic. They share it, they just don't like the fact that they do. Okay, the goddess remains the esoteric heartbeat of Islam. The secret, veiled power of the divine feminine is thus actively at work with Islam. Its esoteric forms of comprising address the divine with the muscular pronoun, but its esoteric qualities are all feminine. The goddess remains the esoteric heartbeat of Islam. She is the beloved of Sufis, the ultimate image of God, the beloved, the breaker of all images, in the shrine of the heart. She is the form leading beyond form, the obstacle of the way, and the way, light of the east. Iran and Saudi Arabia are normally associated with the divine feminine. We have to remember that militant Islam, like muscular Christianity, is only one side of the coin. The reverse is the dazzling mirror image of Sophia, who in the persons of Fatima and Mary upholds the divine feminine with Islam. Sophia is the mystical companion, the soul within the body, seeking the divine beloved. It is she who causes the mystic to proclaim that she belongs to no race in the direction of the earth. My place is the place, my trace is the traceless. 'Tis neither body nor soul, for I belong to the soul of the beloved. 40. Certainly the divine feminine is so marginalized in Islam that one might be forgiven for believing in totally absent. Both Mary and Fatima are reverenced with esoteric Islam, for they are both mothers of Logos, the Word. Fatima inherits the role as Spenta, Armati, I think, within Shi'ism, for she is the mother of a lineage of imams. She is seen as the symbolic of the super celestial earth. 41. She is considered to be the source of imams' wisdom because she is la Mahfuz, excuse me. Sounds like Mahfuz to me. or the hidden tablet upon which Goddess. Whoops, God, please forgive me on that one. My eyes play tricks on me. My eyes must be getting tired. Okay, I'm just going to thumb read this and let you read it because I am messing up at the mouth. I am so sorry. I do not want to mess up anymore. I am tired. My eyes can't handle it no more. Okay, there we go. Ooh, they got a Black Madonna. Cool. Divine male and female principles typified by the pen and guarded tablet. I'm sorry, it's mystifying. I love learning. Why don't people learn more about people? Just scared. That's what it is. You're scared of each other. You don't want to be lied to. Nobody likes to be lied to. Oh. Why is there more up here and less down there? Oh. Okay, that's the same thing. Moving on. Must be an article place. Arabian paganism, a lexicon of religious beliefs and practices of Arab tribes before the coming of Islam. The blog before Arabian polytheism and looks at its relation to the Abrahamic faith and other Semitic mythologies. Includes a constant updated list of deities and spiritual figures of Arabian religions from a neutral perspective. The pagans of Mecca called the religion Din al-Alaba. I'm sorry. I can't get that one. Me either. Oh, sorry. There's two people in here. Multiple personality disorder. But we're in constant contact with each other, so please don't be offended. Okay, we're going to bring it up a little bit. I'm going to bring it in like I did the past ones because these are small. Oh, look, it talks about the jinn. We talked about in one of our stories. Actually, what I do is some of these things is I go ahead and I put it on a playlist. Do check out the playlists that I have. They are great. I got one about the jinn. There I have information about the jinn. You need to learn about the jinn. They are good people sometimes, and they're bad people. Sometimes they're just playful. I mean, we're all kids at one time. Kids mean we started from the beginning somewhere. And did we come out knowing everything? Not usually. We learn. We start from the little shell on the beach saying, you will grow. You will grow. You will become a great giant toad. Oh, no, it's a turtle. I'm not making fun of God, okay? I just like to imagine what it'd be like to be him. Can you imagine what it'd be like to be him? Or her? They must have really went through a lot of stuff to get to where we are. Really had to get a lot going on there. Oh, there's Allah. Who is Allah? Everybody talks about Allah. Allah, Arabic, is the Meccan creator god and supreme deity of the pre-Islamic Arabian pantheon, who was worshipped by the pagan Arabs primarily in times of despair, need, and drought, as he was believed to grant life, giving rain and intervene in times of extreme crisis. The chief goddess of Mecca, Alat, Al-Uzza, and Manat, were believed to be his daughters and were invoked alongside many other deities to intercede for the worshipper on behalf of Allah. All the tribes of pre-Islamic Arabia venerated him as the high god and supreme being, but direct worshipper of him was rare. After creating the universe, Allah then retired into the position of silent and remote spectator. He wants us to stop. Okay. Just push. I think you really locate my jaw. I think you'd relocate your own jaw. Okay. It says the cult of Allah. It's not a cult. If they're a cult, so is everybody else's religion. Thank you. shit. I try not to be. Father. You can go ahead and pause this. I'm tired and I'm mouthing off. Did I pause that while I was in a fight with a djinn? Neither one of us won. We weren't physically assaulting each other. We were mouthing off to each other. Weren't we? Yeah. Okay. He's a good guy. I like it. Okay. My goodness, look at all the deities they have. Ramadan. Beginning of Ramadan. Allah was an immortal, important deity of the tribe of Banu Canaan, who lived in the south of Mecca, and the significance of the crescent moon as the marker of the beginning of Ramadan heightened the god's status in the religion of Arabs and the pre-Islamic Hijaz. Very good. I suggest you look into Ramadan. Not everybody's perfect. They're going to find interesting things in the book that were left out a long time ago. They keep looking. You see, right up here. I'm going to go ahead and highlight the rest of these. You go look them up for yourself. You are intelligent people. You don't have to have me read this to you. You're fully capable of reading yourself. Don't be lazy. Just don't be lazy. If you're lazy, you won't learn anything. There's even information about the origins of Islam. Apparently there was friendship with the Jews and the Christians. Yeah. Manat, the pre-Islamic goddess of time and fate and death. I think we left this one already. Okay. I am sorry to tell you that I can't tell you everything. I am not God, the creator of all things. I, like you, are one of his children, his many, many children that have been left here on earth. There are many, many, many children. The Fae, the gods, the jinns, this and that. There are many, 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 many different levels of children. All the way to the greatest, greatest of grandchildren. I can't take you to that level. We all came from God eventually. We will go back to God. That is what I'm getting to today. I am tired of the fighting. I am tired of the war. War might lead to money, but it is not all that is that. If you have only money in mind, you will have a dead planet. Let's not have a dead planet. Let's have healthy, spiritual minds. And let's stop killing each other in the name of God. It is wrong. He wouldn't want that. Even if the book says he would, it was written by the hands of humans who are fallible. They are not God. And I'm certain God is pointing out that there was more gods than one in the Islamic religion, just like there was in the Hindu religion. And they have been pointed out by the atheists that there was more than one God in the Bible. But they don't want to accept that either. Please, don't fatwa me. I don't want to be put to death. Just because I know something that you don't, and you're not willing to accept it. Come back to it later. Find it on your own. If you're afraid of the truth, then you're afraid of life.